rivals for the presidency in the first Trump presidency, 2016, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, they both said in interviews, almost verbatim, I don't want to look at myself too much because I don't want to find out what's there. And they both had very traumatizing childhoods.
And what's ironic is they were both innocent little children at one point.
They were born innocent children.
And they were formed into what they became.
When you read about Donald Trump's childhood in a book by his psychologist niece, Mary Trump, who is the daughter of Donald's brother, Fred, who died of alcoholism. She describes Fred Sr., the paterfamilias, the father of Donald and Fred, as a sociopath who really made his kids suffer. And the mother was ill. She was totally not there to protect the kids. If you look at Hillary Clinton's childhood, her father used to beat her. And if I remember right, was very strict, would throw her out of the house, would yell at her. And I talk about this sometime. This is fascinating to me. At the Democratic Convention, when Hillary Clinton was nominated, after the nomination went through, they played a video about her life, narrated by the voice of God, Morgan Freeman. And Hillary at some point tells about this experience of resilience-building parenting. And here's the nub of it was, she's 4 years old, 5. She's bullied by neighborhood kids. So she runs into the house to her mother to seek protection. And the mother says, there's no room for cowards in this house. No, you get out there and you deal with those bullies. Now, what mother would do that? And what's the impact? The message that the child gets is not that there's no room for cowards, because a 4-year-old who wants protection, a little bear cub that runs to mother bear for protection is not a coward. He's a child. So, but this is given as an exemplar of resilience building parenting. And the message is, suck it up. You're on your own. Now, what happens during the election campaign? Hillary develops pneumonia. What does she do with it? Doesn't tell anybody. She collapses in the street. Her husband is a serial philanderer. What does she do? She sucks it up. In fact, she says, it's probably my own fault because I didn't realize how stressed he was. Typical trauma responses. And this is celebrated. And this was in front of millions of people, and nobody said, hey, wait a minute. A 4-year-old kid wanting protection from mom is not a coward. She's somebody in need of protection. That's how toxic this culture is.
Normal is a myth.
Normal is a myth, yeah. Well, if you look at the word normal, so as a physician, I can talk about normal in a certain sense. So within a certain range of blood acidity, life is sustainable. If the pH is too high or too low, if the blood is too acidic or too alkaline, you get sick and you die. A certain range of blood pressure is normal, normal meaning healthy and natural. Outside that range, same with body temperature, normal range. Outside that range, you're at risk. So normal equates healthy and normal. But we have another meaning for normal, which is what everybody's used to, what we take for granted. So, for example, if everybody in Los Angeles beat their kids, then beating your children would be normal. As a matter of fact, at some point it was. Normal in the sense that this is what we're used to. But is it healthy and natural? The opposite of it. We now know from studies that spanking kids is just as harmful to their health as more severe physical abuse. So, but just because it was normal at some point didn't make it healthy and natural. And what I'm saying about this culture is a lot of the things that we think are normal are actually unhealthy and unnatural. That's the one meaning in which I talk about the myth of normal. The other is I've been diagnosed with ADHD. It was my first book. After I was diagnosed with it. Well, it's an abnormality, right? No, actually, it's a normal outcome of my infancy. Because in that stressed period, how did I deal with the stress? Could I escape, run away, change the situation? No, I tune out. It's a protective mechanism. But when am I tuning out? When my brain is developing. So it's a normal response to an abnormal situation. We talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, like it was a medical disease. But actually, it's a normal response to abnormal circumstances. So when we talk about these people who are abnormal, no, they're not. They're normal. They're exhibiting normal responses to abnormal situations. And there's a third sense, is that we think there's these normal people and those abnormal people. Come on. We're all on the spectrum of some kind. I've never seen any medical, or I should say mental health conditions that I didn't recognize some aspect of it in myself. Maybe not to the same degree, but it's not like there's a silo where you can put the abnormal people and the normal people. It's just that we're on this continuum. It's a question of where are we on the continuum.
I read something recently that people who are ADHD are much more susceptible to a drug addiction.
Well, that's true. And there's a good reason for it. Not just drug addiction, by the way. There's one study that showed that in a population of male alcoholics, 40% met the criteria for ADHD. Gamblers are almost always, very frequently have ADHD. Sort of comedians, by the way, but that's another story.
That's interesting.
Because that rapid, Anyway, well, here's the reason why. How we treat ADHD, and I took these medications myself, and I'll be opportunistic enough to tell you that my book on ADHD, Scattered Minds, is on the New York Times audio bestsellers list for this month, for September. And I wrote that book 26 years ago.
Wow.
And that's the first book. And so I talked about how we treat ADHD, and I took medication, stimulant medication. When I wrote that book, I took medication. I didn't, when I wrote my last book, which was much more complex, much longer, and much more difficult, I didn't need any medication. My brain has changed. You can change the brain. But I took stimulant medication. What stimulant medications do is they elevate the level of dopamine in the brain. And dopamine, as I mentioned earlier, is this motivation, curiosity, incentive, aliveness chemical. People without dopamine are listless and inactive, inert. In the movie Awakenings, where Robin Williams played the psychiatrist Oliver Sacks, he gives these people dopamine for a while, and they come alive for a while. So the dopamine circuits develop early in life, as I said earlier, in interaction with the environment. When interaction is stressful, those dopamine circuits may not develop. And then you give somebody dopamine, hey, now they're motivated, they can pay attention, they can even calm down. Now, what else elevates dopamine? Cocaine does. A lot of crystal meth does. So not all, but a significant minority of stimulant addicts are actually self-medicating ADHD. And the pornography addict, as I said earlier, gets his dopamine hits. The gambler gets his dopamine hits. The shopping addict, like me, I get a dopamine hit. It's a dopamine deficiency. So, and all addictions elevate dopamine. So therefore, of course, there's an overlap, significant overlap between ADHD and addictions, because they both arise out of different levels of childhood stress, and they both involve the dopamine circuitry. So of course there's an overlap.
Mind and body are inseparable, aren't they?
They're one. There's a great American scientist called Candace Pert, And she coined the phrase mind body. Just as one phrase. It's one unit. So whatever happens, see, I could change your physiology in a split second without touching you, without giving you any substance, just by screaming at you. Your physiology would change. Your adrenal gland would start, the amygdala, the fear center in your brain, would send messages to a gland in your brain that would send messages to another gland that would send messages to your adrenal gland that would secrete cortisol and adrenaline. And all of a sudden, your heart would beat faster, your muscles would be stronger, you'd be faster, you'd be more alert, and you could counter the threat. Then your cortisol levels will go up, give you more sugar to have more energy. So the mind body. And all because I yelled at you. Now, that unity is 24/7. So our emotions and our mind states are forever affecting our physiological states. And so a lot of illnesses that people have. Now, I mentioned the study that the more episodes of racism a Black American woman experiences, the greater the risk of asthma. Now, we've also known for decades now, not that most doctors are told this, but there's been all kinds of studies in the medical literature, scientific literature, that the more stressed parents are, the more likely the kids are to have asthma. In other words, stress in the parents triggers inflammation in the air tubes and narrowing of the air tubes. Now, how do we treat asthma? You know how we treat asthma? You give people adrenaline and cortisol. Now, what are adrenaline and cortisol? They're stress hormones. As a matter of fact, across medicine, if you go to a dermatologist with a skin rash, what are they going to give you? Cortisol cream. If you go to a gastroenterologist with inflamed intestines, very frequently, they'll give you cortisol. If you go to a neurologist with inflammation in your nervous system, as in multiple sclerosis, very often they'll give you cortisol. I could go on. You'd think we'd ask ourselves as physicians, and this is where the training of the medical profession is so woefully lacking. I'm not criticizing individual doctors. I'm saying that the medical culture is so lacking. We're giving cortisol for everything. We're giving the stress hormone for everything. You think we'd ask ourselves, gosh, does stress maybe have something to do with the onset of these conditions? No. Even though there's all these studies that show that, yes, stress is implicated in conditions of the nervous system, of the gut, in malignancy, in autoimmune disease, and so on, which we treat with cortisol. But we never make this mind-body connection that Candace Pert and so many others have demonstrated over and over again in the laboratory and in clinical practice, and yet it's almost completely ignored in medical practice, almost completely.
Well, why do you think medicine often treats symptoms without exploring the root causes?
Well, one of the reasons is the utter failure of medical education to educate, to inform practitioners about the mind-body unity. Let me give you an example. I think the second book I wrote is called When the Body Says No, which is about the mind-body unity. When people don't know how to say no, they take on too much. Their body will say no in the form of illness. Here at UCLA, there's a rheumatologist who deals with autoimmune diseases. She read the book, and I saw her at a conference 5 years ago. And she said to me, since reading your book, when I see these people with autoimmune disease like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, I start asking them about their childhoods. I start asking them about their stresses. I start asking them when they're not saying no. And you know what? I can reduce the medications, and very often they don't need medication anymore. And I've seen such cases all over the world, believe me. And then she says, so I asked her if I could interview her for my next book, which is, and she said, no, at least you can't use my name because my colleagues would scorn me out. for practicing scientific medicine. That's how bad it is.
Hmm.
I tell another story. There was a teacher at Harvard in the late 1930s. His name was, is this okay or am I telling too many stories here?
No, it's great.
All right.
I love your stories.
Yeah. There was a teacher at Harvard in the late 1930s, early 40s. His name was Soma Weiss. Like me, he was a Hungarian Jew, but he came from Transylvania, which at that time was part of Romania, but it was a Hungarian-speaking part. And he came to, he taught at Harvard. He's so revered at Harvard that to this day, they have an annual Soma Weiss Research Day in his honor. Okay, so that's how revered he was. In 1939, he gave a lecture to the medical school class in which he said that emotional factors are at least as important in the causation of illness as physical ones, and they must be at least as important in the treatment. He said this in 1939. His lecture was published in the Journal of the Medical Association in 1940. Now, jump ahead to the present. A few years ago, I was interviewing a psychiatrist at Harvard. His name is Dr. Jeff Rediger. And he's a department head at one of the hospitals at Harvard. And Jeff wrote a book called Cured, about people who seem to get better from terminal illnesses without medical treatment or despite the failure of medical treatment. So I was very interested to talk to him. Anyway, so we're talking with Jeff, and Jeff told me that to talk about mind-body health at Harvard is to jeopardize your career. Now, it's changing. They've now established an institute for mind-body. But he said it's changing, but it's very slow. Now, so here's Soma Weiss saying this wisdom. How many years ago now? We're looking at 70 years ago, 80 years ago, I don't know. And they honor his name, but they've totally forgotten what he taught. That's how absurd it is.
Talk to me about how modern culture disconnects us from ourselves.
Well, again, that disconnection happens in early childhood. And so one of the first impetus to disconnection is stress or trauma in the family of origin. When that stress or trauma gets too much, or the traumatic situation gets too much, the person disconnects so as not to feel the anger, so as not to feel the pain. So that's the first way. Then we send kids to school, where what we value is behavior and achievement. We don't actually care about the internal experience of the child. So kids get the message that they're valued not for who they are, but for what they show the world. So that's the second way. The third way then is the culture of certain expectations of how we should be, how we should look, how we should act. Now, a child who gets the message that they're not important just for existing, they're not worthy just for existing, will then try to make themselves worthy by, say, becoming a helper. And a lot of people go to medical school because they have this need to be important. I mean, there's all kinds of good reasons to go to medical school, but a very frequent unconscious need is just the sense of importance. People that are not valued for who they are will be always trying to measure up to the people's expectations. If you don't get the sense that you're liked, you'll try to be very nice all the time so they will like you, suppressing yourself. If you weren't loved for who you are, you might become very charming, so people will love you. In other words, we develop these personalities not based on who we actually are, but to gain the approval of other people. It's all very addictive because it's always very temporary. So part of my workaholism was, it doesn't matter how many people admired me or praised my work or wanted my help. That's the nature of any addiction. You have to have more and more and more. If you have 15 friends on Facebook, you'll want 30. If you got 30, if you have so many followers on Instagram, you'll be checking your numbers all the time. It's never enough.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another form of disconnection. Then there's the physical stuff. We value what we consider to be physical beauty. And it's okay to admire beauty, but to make it an essential human attribute and make people suffer if they don't meet the standards. So look at here in Hollywood. I mean, all these people that are forever trying to change their bodies through surgery because they need to look a certain way. What a disconnection from the self. Because actually, you are who you are. And what if you could accept that? Wouldn't it be, imagine a sense of peace if you could accept who you are.
And people would be more attractive as well.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. When someone walks into a room, how quickly can you sense the trauma that they're carrying?
How quickly can I sense the trauma
that they carry
with the person?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 5 minutes.
You've seen a lot.
Give me 5 minutes. Sometimes give me 5 seconds, because they carry it in their face.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the tone of voice. You can see it in their body language. But if it needs the conversation, give me 5 minutes.
Do you believe the body remembers everything, even when the mind forgets?
Yeah. It's not that the mind forgets. It's that the memory is not available to conscious awareness. So there's two kinds of memory. There's explicit memory, which is recall. Like a few minutes ago, I was talking about these glands in the brain. I actually forgot the name of the gland. It's the hypothalamus. But old age moment, it escaped me for a moment. It's not really that I forgot, but it wasn't available to me at that moment. Well, a lot of the early memories are pre-verbal. So verbal memory, or the capacity to recollect episodes, the structure in the brain that encodes that, the hippocampus, doesn't begin to develop, doesn't come online until about 3 years of age. So nobody recalls anything. Recall means you can call it back. You can call back what you had to breakfast this morning. You can call back what your grade 5 teacher might have said to you on a good day or on a bad day. That's recall. That's called explicit memory. But there's another kind of memory, which is non-hippocampal. It's non-verbal. It's the imprint of emotional experiences from in utero onwards. It's in there. It's just not accessible to conscious awareness. And also what happens is, when people are traumatized, when they're really being hurt, the brain is flooded with cortisol and the hippocampus goes offline. And then something happens later on, and then the memory comes back. And this happens to a lot of people. I think it happened to Shannon. That stuff started recurring to her conscious memory that previously was inaccessible to her. So yes, the body remembers everything, but it doesn't recall everything. But it's not unusual, for example, for somebody to go to a massage therapist or the physiotherapist, and they'll massage or touch or press on a certain muscle or a certain part of the body, and the person is flooded with emotion. That's the body remembering. And so the body does remember, it keeps a record. As my friend Bessel van der Kolk says, the body keeps the score. And somebody else, I think it was, I forget the name of the author. First name is Babette, I forget her surname. I think she called it the body remembers. Yeah, the body does remember. And whether or not that memory is accessible depends on the circumstance.
Do you think some people secretly don't want to heal because their pain feels like their identity?
That's true. They so identify with their trauma, they don't even conceive of the possibility of healing. And it's also true that sometimes there's what you call a secondary benefit. So let's say I've interviewed people who said that when they got sick, it's the only time they could ask for help. Now they have an excuse to ask for help. Well, if you believe that you're only worthy of health, only worthy of help when you're ill, then you might not want to give up the identity as an ill person, because now you have a reason to ask for help, to get some attention. So yeah, there are some people who are so identified with their pain because it gives them some kind of benefit.
In a lot of the stories on my channel, it's obvious that the addiction is about killing the pain, but also sometimes it appears like the addiction is about killing the self. They almost seem so self-destructive that they're trying to kill themselves.
I'm not sure I agree with that, but to the extent that I do.
Well, like when somebody is doing fentanyl and they overdose 12 times and they're doing it again.
Well, let's say I agree with you.
Okay,
they're trying to kill themselves. It's not themselves they're trying to kill. It's their suffering they're trying to kill. The person who thinks about suicide, and I certainly have, not that I've done it or have ever planned it or ever intended it, but I've certainly imagined it. That's just, how can I escape the suffering? So even if a person wants to kill themselves, it's because they can't imagine themselves without suffering, and the suffering is too much. So even that impulse, there's some self-saving dynamic behind it.
With the recent release or all the attention that these GLP-1 drugs are getting for weight loss, can you imagine how that would impact the addiction world if there was a similar drug that treated alcoholism and addiction?
Interestingly enough, and I don't remember this, I could be misspeaking here, but I think I saw one article about how those drugs have a positive impact on addictions.
Yeah.
On addictions.
The cravings.
Yeah, because it's all about craving, isn't it?
Yeah, it just suppresses the craving.
Well, I tell you, here's the issue. I'm not sure that the last word has been written yet on these new drugs. I know they're the rage right now, and I've certainly read the articles about their benefits. Here's what we don't know. What is the long-term effect after decades? We have no idea. They haven't been around long enough. Number one. So it's a bit of an experiment, a massive experiment. Number one. Number two, what seems to be the case is that they work as long as you take them.
You stop taking it,
it
comes right back.
And if you stop, nothing's changed, except that your craving has been temporarily suppressed. But you haven't healed. And obesity is not it's like any other addiction, the eating. It's just another way of people trying to comfort themselves with junk foods and overeating in a highly stressed society. So these drugs, for all their benefits, and again, we'll have to see after decades what their impact really is in the long term. They don't solve the underlying problem, which I'm not telling people not to take them. That's their call, but I'm telling you, they're not a long-term solution unless you take them for the rest of your life, which we don't know what the outcome will be.
I mean, so far there's a lot of positive
it looks
things
good
about them.
Yeah, and a lot of people swear by them.
Yeah, certainly a lot of people losing a lot of weight.
It's true.
Yeah. Why do people sabotage the very love that they're desperate for in like romantic relationships?
Well, again, I'm very careful about language. Now, a saboteur, if somebody wanted to sabotage the airport, is it LAX, the airport here?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to sabotage the airport, they'd plan it, they'd have a deliberate intention to cause harm, they'd have a scheme, or a plan that they would execute to commit this act of sabotage. When you say sabotaging the very thing they want, does the person actually plan, have a conscious intent?
Or is it more fear?
Sorry?
Or you're saying it might be more fear?
It's more about fear. And sometimes it's just the acting out of impulses they got no regulation over that will have the effect of damaging the relationship, but they're not trying to sabotage anything. And sometimes it's even testing the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Will I still be loved?
I think very often it's that.
Yeah. So it's not, the intention is not to sabotage.
Mm-hmm. Is there a point where healing becomes learning to live with the wound instead of fixing it?
To some degree, it's learning to live with the pain. So I have this deep sense of abandonment because of what happened to me when I was 11 months of age, being given to a stranger. So in my relationship, when I perceive that I'm being abandoned, by the way, I'm not. It's just a perception that I have based on old programming. My tendency is to withdraw. That's my default setting, is to withdraw and to get sullen and to close down. What if I could just say to myself, and by the way, increasingly this has been the case, well, I'm feeling pain right now. Can I just stay with the pain and not withdraw? So it's not so much to live with the wound, but to live with the pain. Can we live with pain without having to escape from it? I think that's a key question. And eventually, of course, I learned the day I'm not being abandoned, and even if I was, I can handle it because I'm an adult. But it's being, in life we have to develop the capacity to be with the pain and be with the grief, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One last question, Gabor. After all your years of fabulous work, what do you hope the world finally understands about trauma?
That it's very human, that it's almost universal, that it has multiple consequences, as I've been outlining, and that it can be healed. And ultimately, and most importantly, it's not your fault. You're not flawed. You're not damaged goods. Nobody is.
All right. Gabor Mate, thank you so much for the fabulous talk.
Thanks so much.
Your new book is The Myth of Normal?
That's one of my books, yeah.
But yeah, you have, how many books do you have?
It's the most recent one. I've written 5 books. People can look them up. The Myth of Normal is the most recent one.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mark Leita. How do you pronounce your surname? And yes, Gabor. Amazing stuff. We'll just let that sit for a moment. Just show you the page just to promote the channel. The term soft white underbelly relates to a vulnerability. Apparently it's termed, I'm not sure if it's originally from, but it was quoted by Churchill, I think, as Italy. I think it was suggested that there was a discussion with maybe America, and Italy was fascist or the opposition to the fascist thing, or whichever was which. It was suggested that was the soft white underbelly was a vulnerability. I don't know if it's where you can stab that hasn't got. I don't know if it's to do with like an emotion, like an insecurity thing, or a physical weakness of the body, like a place to get all the stab the organs. Yeah, Rule Britannia she's just trying to give you the heads up to to potential violence that people want to do to you for your behaviour. But I used to like to say the S words, as in like the S words are the specific words, strong words. So the pen is the pen. The pen is mightier than the S words. The pen's mightier than the swords. But it's just a silly wordplay, or a swordy sword play, a swordy blade play. But anyway, it's not us though, is it? If no one's scared of us, that's beside the point, Danny West. It's potentially us as well. I mean, it is what it is, mate. You're just fantasists. You're just abusive fantasists, narcissists, projectors, mate. And I gather I give you the benefit that you don't intend to be like this. It's just a fear-based reaction to try and protect your not facing what it is you've been drawn into, dragged into, brought up into, however it's come to you. But you are continuing, you're actively making an effort, and I suppose we have to accept it's understandable, because how else are you going to try and live day to day thinking that you're not just going to get, you're just trying to hinder our progress. But just keep up the good work, really, because you're just making it very clear as to what is trying to hinder the protection of children. But it would be better if you stopped and just went and gave yourself over, gave the situation over to you could go down the spiritual route, do the whole repentance thing, or just go down the lawful route and try and go with the intuition of some police that you trust, not the ones that are obviously involved in shit like that. Could you stop calling Kaylee Anav vile Nav, please? Because it's just pathetic. It's just really pathetic. And then can you stop calling me Bong Eye, please? That's also quite pathetic. Oh, you called me Bong Eye before. I have shotguns. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. Imagine you do. It's not about the weapons, Rule Britannia. It's a metaphor, or it's a physical form. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're violent abusers and you deserve pain, basically. Like, I don't want to, if someone's been brought up into something, like if Elisa and Gabriel were on here now trolling us to try and silence the case, I wouldn't want to be threatening them with violence. But then there has to be a cut-off point to, if somebody then decides to carry on with abusing children, innocents, just because they've been through innocence, just because they were innocent and they are innocent, quote unquote, to the situation. If Alicia and Gabriel were now actively trying to silence me and Kaylee, we would have to not threaten them, we'd have to warn them, or basically threaten them with repercussions, lawful repercussions to their, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about whoever she has swords or not. It's about the meaning behind her use of swords and her saying that she's practicing with swords is a playful way of her engaging with you to keep you as some sort of interaction, like just to but also try and get the message across to you at the same time. There's no point in you just being here and us going, meh, stop being mean to us. Go away. We're just going to document all your abuse. But, well, you're just being mean. Oh, I don't want to just go. We're going to come back and we're going to show you, we're going to be a mirror. We're going to be an opponent to your crimes. Until this is done, we're going to just keep pushing you. So that you're shitting it more and more every day. So you either make the right decision or you just kept at bay. You're kept around here, showing yourselves up. Yeah, I don't know what Kaylee has. Yeah. I don't need to know all the details. So we're going to... I found this one amazing. I'm not going to play it just yet, but this is the one of the follow-up books to Many Lives, Many Masters that we didn't get far into. But just to start is quite profound.
And for 11 years I served as chairman of the Department of Psychiatry at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, Florida. By the time Messages from the Masters. Tapping into the Power of Love. Brian Weiss. Chapter 1. The Beginning. Our task is to learn, to become godlike through knowledge. We know so little. By knowledge we approach God, and then we can rest. Then we come back to teach and help others. For those of you meeting me for the first time, a few words of introduction are needed. I have come a long way from that fateful day when I, a classically trained physician, professor...
So, just to clarify, so the story of the Eden thing, where knowledge was given to man, and it was it was this idea. I'm not trying to. I don't want to get distracted by certain interpretations of the Bible and stuff, but the idea that it's the misuse of knowledge, it's the want for selfish use of knowledge, the self. I think divine knowledge, like K the 11th letter, now N the 14th letter, O the 15th letter, W 23. It's the reason why certain vibrations anyway, but and then L edge knowledge. K now L the 11th letter, sorry, the 11th, and then L edge L the 12th letter, and it's this constant just keeping a balance between the finding God, basically. So not knowledge, not earthly knowledge, but godly knowledge. Thank you, Kaylee. Yeah, so I'm going to play when Kaylee, you missed some of the night before. So before I play Easy's from last night, that we both missed quite a bit of, but recorded. I'm going to play the night before. So that's the 21st and the 20th. If anyone's not familiar, I don't want to be mean to this woman, but she actually puts herself out there to and abuses us in the process and silences child victims that are in immediate risk of danger and just disrespects child abuse victims in general. So I'm just going to cuss this woman down a bit. She's so painful to listen to. I don't know why these people cannot have any insight into their own voices, into their own words and hypocrisy, that the epitome of hypocrisy from these people, and just the judge. I mean, the one just from last night that I'm going to go into after this, the way he starts cussing down this person who's done a presentation on how songs created, and all he did, he just used a sound of a bell, ding, from a sample thing, rather than seemingly. I'm going to go over it because I really want to try and figure out how it happened, but it's beyond irrelevant in many respects. But it's just the fact that he's so arrogant and he's got so carried away with this attention, like, delusion disorder, where he's getting paedophiles bigging him up and giving him attention with views just to keep the distraction and this bullshit platform going a little bit longer than they can, because it's all fucking falling to shit. And it's just gone so to his head that he's cussing this person who's breaking down a song to just describe to people, and he's really giving him fucking shit, saying that he's a fucking waste man because he didn't get the bell from the original song, and it's a fucking bell, and I can only imagine that bell probably was overlaid with other sounds anyway. So he's not going to fucking find the original bell sound just for fucking Ricky Freeman on the internet, because he wants everything to be perfect and everyone to be. And he's just they're just fantasists. He reckons he's like, it was like last night. It was like, oh, I'm really impressed with this person. He probably knows all the different samples even better than I do. I'm so good at all the different samples that I know everything. And I've got that song. I've got that song. I've got that song. I've got that song. Got that song. Got that song. Oh, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, this lady called Valerie. She goes by the name of Moon. She tried somehow taking the name Moon. It's very, very strange. And because the moon's a very universal part of this earth, isn't it? You can't look at it. It's like calling yourself Earth or grass or street or light. I mean, people do that. I mean, you get shines, you get wisdom, and it's all pathetic. Bleeding heart. I suppose that's got at least it's got two words, and it's like what's the word? What's the word when you put two things together? A unification of two terms, which creates more of a concept rather than just a singular thing that's just someone's just trying claiming to be like. But anyway, Moon and Jupiter. I mean, they're very big, and they're very bright, and they're very, very like to be seen by everybody. You know, it's just these. I mean, Shines needs to be fucking. He needs really serious mental health help. They all do. And the irony is that I only went to a fucking mental health hospital because of this fucking system is so backwards and twisted and corrupted. But we are sorting it out. So let's get to this.
The United Kingdom. Now, this wasn't really supposed to be a surprise move by the Europeans, because if the Iranians were not going to allow anybody to go into inspect and show you what's actually, say whatever they want to say. My page, it's gone small. Because they are perceived as weak and a soft touch. It's not really like, for example, when the Iranian regime threatens Israel or when the Iranian regime threatens the United States. Hello, Moon. They poke them. Oh, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm trying to get the right length of my page. It's gone small and big and whatever. Oh. How you been, mate? Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. I think this computer's going funny. Right. Oh no. Can you see that all right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit small for me. Oh, that should be all right. About 100. Why is it going low enough about 100? I don't know, it's all been a bit weird, isn't it, on here? It has, but it won't let me it's letting me post on the community wall, but it's saying no one can't react to it. Oh, I noticed on quite a few shorts it won't let you comment. Oh, you got the laptop in it? Yeah. Yeah, they put out a thing saying there was an error. Then they said it was fixed, but it's not. Yeah. So, what's all been going? I did give a review of Den Stream last night.
I wasn't too.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I listened to that today.
Just forget about the Iraqi because I'm too fussed about it. It's a bit boring. Have you seen anything to talk about, Moon? Because I haven't really been looking today.
Well, only Jen's stream. I watched that. And, like, I don't know, is it ever worth it? Are you ever allowed to say anything? You know? Because I want to know. I suppose we'll never get any answers other than name calling and bullshit. I want to know why the fuck well, wasn't everyone, but quite a few people came in to expose Clanworld, only to end up being stalked, harassed, terrorised, trolled. And then,
it was you gave out more information about the Clanworld, didn't you? I mean, it was you really. You had some,
it was quite a few people, and then I mean, what was the point? What was all that for? Because a lot had to put up with the most horrendous trolling, abuse, families being attacked and abused, one after the other.
Did you get attacked by that dude?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, I didn't know if you did or not. I didn't know you did. All I know, there was a couple of people got attacked, which obviously I know Jim Sony got attacked, didn't she? And but I don't know if you attacked her.
Well, apparently, Wendy was threatening to go to the newspapers about Ginger Tony.
What for?
Because she said that was the newspapers would love that because they hate Tommy and it would make him look bad, blah, blah, blah. And here we are, sort of 2 odd years down the line. And the people who were involved in bringing that expose about are now sitting with these people, which I find fucking weird. And then you realise that's what Den's been trying to say for a long time. And people trying to silence him, and no doubt they'll come along and start on me as well. That's already started, by the way.
It's only like on the here they're trying to silence him, isn't it? It's not the others who like Ginger Tony and that are not trying to silence him, are they? I mean, they're not involved in
No.
Just them on YouTube, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clanworld and the little team who they made alliances with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird on the YouTube world because if it was in the in the real world, you know, they would be kicked to one side, wouldn't they? So it's like people are not actually like taking the YouTube thing seriously, are they? Like,
I think they're not taking life seriously. I think they're not standing together. They're not sticking by people. They are using people for their own agenda. In the same breath, claiming to be fighting for what's right, and I just don't see that. I don't see that.
Yeah, because I just think to myself, once that Clanworld thing got sorted out, I thought, oh, everything will be okay now. But it just seems like it just carries on, doesn't it? People have those agendas and hit pieces on people.
Yeah, but everybody, all the people who got abused and attacked and had their families abused and attacked, how many of us ever got an apology, Easy, from that same front? Like, it's only one person I know of who's ever had an apology. No one else.
Yeah, I've never had one. Never.
No.
Never had one. Maybe I might have had one. Did I still have one for Amorphous Baby?
Oh no, I don't mean those people.
Oh right, okay. Okay, sorry.
I mean to do with Wendy and the Clanworld lot. Who ever had an apology for the abuse that they put people through?
Yeah.
Only one person.
Yeah, they've all got a bit. I mean, because they just mostly attacking, didn't they? I mean, that's diabolical, wasn't it? I mean, not just the people we don't want to hear. I think off here as well. I was hearing, you know, I've just heard they've done some despicable attacks. Do you know what I mean? Really fucking bad ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you mention it, you get told to shut the fuck up or shut your mouth or I'm coming for you or blah blah fucking blah. Like, who do these pieces of shit think they are? Hi, Dan.
Come on,
who do they think they are? And watching what's been going on the last 6 months,
yeah,
you understand now why people are fucking annoyed. Because I'm annoyed.
Yeah. Sometimes, do you know what people do this? Well, if when things happen on here, right, like between the channels and that, they will just say, "Look, this is just a YouTube thing. This is people just trolling each other on it and sort of brush it aside a little bit." Do you know what I mean? And I can see it.
Oh, nothing to do with anyone else with a C. I don't know how you managed to write C instead of S there. You're just a bullshitter, Danny West, through and through. I don't see why you see the point in saying things that, well, it's just the way that you do, isn't it? It's just, I don't know why I've seen the point in commenting on it, really. But I have to just address it that you're just a total bullshitter. It's just so pathetic. It's just so pathetic. Like, you're just so, and the projection of the flapping is just, it's just the epitome. It just says it all. And that just, how else can, other than we just get everything dealt with and just expose this for what it is, we can only just address it on face value for just the ridiculousness of you carrying on from day to day like this for now.
Compared to what they're doing off of YouTube, do you know what I mean? They're not, some of these people who are not on YouTube are not in that YouTube sort of beat thing, are they? So they think, oh no, I'm dealing with stuff. If they're thinking, right, see, this is, hang on. Who are you? Oh no, Marcus, if you come to Globe, please don't.
Mine's not a phone corner.
No, I'm trying to do an overlay.
Like horrible echoes going on.
Hang on, I'm trying to get an overlay. Hang on.
This, regardless of her just moaning about her own, the lack of insight into her, it just hurts. We have to just deal with it. This is, I want compensation for her voice alone, like, but she, the way that she says that no one else has got an apology for the abuse, but just ignore Kaylee and Jake. They bring it all on themselves because they're demonic. And the children were lying. We won't listen to the interviews or looking at any of the other evidence which blatantly proves the whole case real. And even though when they tell us and we just pretend we didn't hear it, and then we say, well, it's rubbish it. But I'm the one who wants an apology. I'm Moon. And Ricky, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, Ricky, I know, isn't it? Yeah. I think I might have got an apology off Morpheus. But they said they were going to rape my boy. They kept saying they were going to rape my boy.
What did you do last time to stop that echo?
Hang on. Come back, whoever it was, please. I got no overlay. Why not got no overlay? Audio. Reduce. Is that better, Lou?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, still a bit. It's just weird. It's like when I talk, it comes through your mic.
Oh, right. It might be you then.
Or your speaker.
Let's reduce your background noise. Yeah. See how you go there.
All right, yeah, see what happens there.
Is that any good?
Hello? Yeah, oh. It's just a bit now.
Yeah. Whoever came in, come in again. Because I'm not stopping you from coming on. You did put your face up, and I don't know if it was Smuckers or not. I couldn't even recognise it, but your nose was a bit more pointed. So I don't think you were.
You'll know Marcus' account because it'll be verified, won't it?
Yeah, it just came out with NIN.
Nin?
Yeah, it came out with the man's face.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you, Kaylee. I wish it wasn't the case, and that we will. I can guarantee we are going to be in great communities full of men, and hopefully lots of very nasty men that were previously that are healed, and we can save the world from being victim to them, vulnerable to them. You know, people having to be on edge, and you know, there's massive healing that can happen very, very quick when certain truths are brought to light, and people aren't confused and insecure and jealous and stuck in a selfish head in the sand sort of mentality where they just want to believe what they want to believe because it keeps them comfortable in their little group, and they've got someone else to blame. So yeah, it's Hi Pip Clutcher, you changed your ways at all today. I know you're only here not so long ago saying about how can you hate a cat. I swear that was in my chat, wasn't it? You're not a cat, Pip Clutcher. and your cat, the picture you've got of a cat is just abuse in itself. However AI it is, the idea that you've got a cat like that, what's the point? There's no point. It's just vile. Oh, that is actually, on that note, I was going to address Gabor Mate. A lot of these spiritual teachers of the mind-body connection, I do find one thing lacking is when they miss out the animal testing involved in drug creation. So he said that drug, and interestingly, Becca goes on to mention it in a moment if it's this bit or it's the second bit. I'm not sure. And I think it's either where you it's either where you missed the beginning, Kaylee, or you were asleep at a certain portion. Thankfully, because they were just going on and it was terrible. But I think now, because I can speed it up and take breaks and reflect on it, it'll be easier to cope with. Yeah, she mentions how her weight, and they talk about weight, and she's just got no dignity left. She's got so little respect and love for herself. And obviously, whether she's actually got this partner, Muslim, or whether they even live, whether they. Because she was saying that she was thinking about going to not yesterday or the day before. She's saying, I was thinking about going to the march, and then when Valerie said, so it'd be expensive ticket to come over, she didn't reply, and she it's almost like she's taken the piss, but accidentally slipped up, or a bit of both, or just doesn't care about anything, doesn't care about what people think of her. She's just an absolute troll. But yeah, she's talking about how much weight she's put on, and Ricky was saying I think he's over 20 stone. Becca was saying she's got a few stone too much, and she doesn't use she's got a running machine thing under the bed. She doesn't use. She's got this hula hoop thing she got recently that she stopped using pretty much straight away, and and then she's talking about her daughter. Her daughter's on that injection medication for the overweight stuff, and so I was just going to address Gabor Mate's mention of it. He said he's not against it, but I wish people. There's another book that I really, really love, but it does have one quote in it where it mentions animal testing, and they separated the. Well, he did say he's against it, basically, the injection, the medication, because he said about they don't know what it was. Well, people get the cravings back as soon as they're off it, so it's like a dependency thing to that drug, basically. So it's another addiction to helping them cope with another addiction. So yeah, I mean, he should have addressed it. He did address it, but I think he should have dug into that point a little bit more, and mentioned that it's still funding the pharmaceutical industry to take any sort of alternative, any pharmaceutical that is a pharmaceutical, because it's just a horrible industry. So yeah, exactly. So the other point was in this book, The Body Speaks the Mind by Deborah Shapiro, amazing book, explains all the different parts of the body and what they relate to, but it explains how stunted growth relates to the spiritual connection being connected, well, the emotional connection being connected, the physical touch, but relating to the spiritual love. So they put a perspex like glass thing, like separated the mother from her child. I think it was a chimpanzee or a some sort of monkey, and the monkeys was, I'm not sure how many they tested it on, but the monkey was physically stunted in growth. It could hear the mother, it could smell the mother, speak to the mother, but this is how sick the animal testing industry is, just to test what it would be like for a child to be separated physically by touch from an adult. They actually put this perspex glass in between the mother and the child and made it grow up. It hurts me. And she just regurgitated it, she just repeated this experiment in the book without like an empathetic or a remorseful for humans' behavior to even have created. I mean, it's interesting the result of the experiment, so I can understand why she put it in there, but I think there should have at minimum been a disclaimer, or ideally being a full explanation of this is horrific, should never have happened, but it did. So this is and this is the result, but we should never have done this in the first place, and we could have just known this from observing humans and just being common sense to have physical touch with children and children and parents and the spiritual, the connection. That's the other aspect as well, which obviously the book's about how the emotions relate to parts of the body. So all this knowledge should just be spread as common. But he made some great points on children. How about school being trauma, didn't he? That was brilliant. About that neglect from about the distancing from especially with technology nowadays, that barrier that's created between parents and stuff. So
yeah, I don't know. This fucking stupid. I just do my head in on YouTube. Well, I mean, you're getting all right. Then they say you're getting a low count of views, but when you finish it, you've got quite a high amount of views, if you know what I mean. So they say they're playing up. I think it's about time to leave YouTube soon. I think go somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what? It's a fucking den of iniquity on here. It's full of shit cunts. It's full of cowards. It's full of people who are just flip-flop back and forth, kiss and make up, stab people in the back, and pretend shit never happened, and think it's all fucking funny because it didn't happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Do you know there was an account called the Two Burgers came in the other night? That's JOJ, that is.
What, he's got a troll account?
Called the Two Burgers.
Oh, I didn't think that was the same person.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, he was trolling Taffy.
Oh, was he? Oh.
I've just slowed it down to try and screenshot this because it was the text, the side chat is some of the comments are visible, but some are blurry. And I just wanted to catch this one of Lyndon. I'm just going to rewind it 20 seconds just because it was clear a second ago, and I just screenshot it and then I can zoom in on what he said.
A low count of views.
Oh, and he means the Two Burks. They're the fucking. He has a channel called the Two Burks because their surname's Burks, I think. Burke. So it's not Burkers. I think he's kind of got mixed up there.
But when you finish it, you've got quite a high amount of views, if you know what I mean. So they say they're playing up.
Views. At the start of the next one, you want to hear about the views. It's just, it's fucking pathetic.
It's about time to leave YouTube soon, I think. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh my god, the lack of insight into what's going on. We have to fall back into compassion and pity, but they need taken out and they've been used. They need to be aware of what they've been, and just the abuse is going to be addressed and exposed. And so much this is since they're behaving like this since they know that they're being watched, and there is, however subconscious it is, the abuse I know they used to partake in, and what Ricky Breezy Life Death Hut used to platform. I know, I've seen snippets, and it's fucking horrific, Ricky. You're fucking denial, and what you used to do, Valerie, what you used to do, partake in and initiate, it's disgusting. And you're going to be exposed for the good of humanity. Not just for my own gratification, but I'm going to be very. I'll definitely find a level of peace. It will definitely bring me a lot of peace when we've completed this.
It's a fucking den of iniquity on here. It's full of shit cunts. It's full of cowards. It's full of people who are just flip-flop back and forth, kiss and make up, stab people in the back, and pretend shit never happened, and think it's all fucking funny because it didn't happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Do you know there was an account called the Two Burgers came in the other night? That's JOJ, that is.
What, he's got a troll account?
Called the Two Burgers.
Oh, I didn't think that was the same person.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, he was trolling Taffy.
Oh, was he? Oh,
well, Taffy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's another lot needs to fucking grow up.
Oh, yeah, it just shows what they are, though. He's just a nutcase,
Yeah, well, they all need to grow up. They're all shit cunts.
Yeah, he'll be dyed his hair pink and piercing his nose soon. Wearing a nappy with a fucking fucking studied his nose. I hate them fuckers, I do. Yeah. Yeah, it's all crazy.
I respect the dad, but that thing that come on the other night needs to kick up the arse. What a weirdo.
Yeah, I find it hard, right? He said that's his dad. His dad's got a really strong Yorkshire accent, and he's got a Manchester accent. So I wonder if they just.
Fuck knows. Yeah, probably lovers. Probably not dad and son, probably lovers. Look, I wouldn't put it past anyone on the earth to just be a fucking weird cunt. Honestly, I wouldn't.
After what I've been seeing on load of them having meltdowns, Christ.
Yeah,
I
well.
saw a load of West Ham fans.
Yeah, come on, you Irons.
They started having a touch up with the Pro-Coast Stingers and knocking them out.
Hey? Oh, nice one, lad.
They lost the game, West Ham.
I stand big boys. Yeah, we're good at fighting though.
They lost the game.
Yeah, all right. So did Brentford tonight.
Oh, no, that was fucking awful tonight.
Yeah, we don't in then.
I think we're going there. Honestly, I've never seen us play so bad like that. All these fucking river rats fucking cheering their fucking heads off with their fucking clappers and singing.
Oh no, it's just so I could read the comment personally. It's actually just clear now, so I'm just going to pause it now so I can screen snip it and then I can zoom in on the picture. So it just goes clear. Yeah. Okay.
I fucking hate them fucking kids drinking twats. I tell you. I hope the Brentford boys give them a good idea tonight. No, I'm only joking. But no, there's a big rivalry between us. Let's say QPR is, but I don't class QPR. I like QPR. But yeah, it looks like West Ham and Brentford are going to struggle this season.
Yeah.
I think West Ham have only scored one goal. It's that stadium they played in, didn't I, Moon? It's that stadium. Yeah. Yeah. Because I moved away from West Ham. There's no atmosphere there. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's one of the best stadiums to go to at Upton Park, especially when you see blowing bubbles when they come out. It's such a great atmosphere. They should never got greedy bastards.
Yeah, but because no one really cares. Everybody sits and assumes who a new account is. You know, don't be a victim.
Okay, darling. Okay, sweetheart.
It's always like I mean, she started off particularly. She was ready for it tonight. Just the hypocrisy mode, pathetic. But every sentence, it's just the hypocrisy is just surreal. She's just totally lost. But here's Lyndon's comments. Just I think it's his first comment of the stream, and I just he wrote, "Got it. Found it on Jupiter's page where nearly all vids are gone. I will report it. I have already reported Jupiter's page. I'll chase it up." And this is the Lyndon that Michaela just keeps wanting to make peace with. She just wants to be friends and just put everything behind in the past. We'll just forget about it, isn't it? We don't care why your happenstance name. Why are you called that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to anybody. Bruv.
Box was live this morning.
Right.
I wanted to give him a kick in the arse.
What?
He took a load of good vinyls into some shit fucking shop, got fucking 20 quid for them.
Oh,
Yeah,
you wanker.
You can go online and sell your vinyls for a fucking fortune.
Oh, you should have came to me. Fucking hell.
Yeah. He regretted
He
it.
keeps coming in my chat. They don't come on. He just says, "All right, Rick," and it goes. Bob, if you've got vinyl, come to me for the vinyl, please.
I did worse than that though. I dumped all my vinyls in a skip because I couldn't be asked to store them anymore. Got fed up with it. I dumped them in a skip. And I had some 45 singles, Sex Pistols, Got to Save the Queen and all that. They're worth a fortune now.
Well, Bob, Mike, let me fucking word you actually. I was going to say to you, Mike, come to me, please, because I'll have to use them as samples. Yeah, it's always.
I know you was Fox. He said he was really pissed off.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff in here you could use for samples. I could show you a lot of records what they've used for samples there, you know. And I use a lot of them. Yeah.
Some of them he said, I can't remember, but some of them he said they are worth a lot.
Oh God, yeah. You can come to me if you can. Bob's, I'll buy them off you. I'll give you a good price for them, regardless if I like them or not. It all depends what beats they are. All right.
I'm fucking up. If you only needed 20 quid, just ask. Everyone just I can give you 20 quid, and you go and do that.
Yeah, don't have to do that.
Money out of them.
Yeah, don't have to do that, mate.
Just come and say, give us a sub.
I mean, what the fuck are these beggy fuckers on about? Should rather just give this fucking internet cunt 20 quid so he doesn't have to just go and sell some vinyls to somewhere that, you know, has a business buying and selling vinyls. The person with the fucking vinyl shop has to make a profit. He's just buying a bulk of fucking shit, dirty vinyls. Like, the bots just said they weren't all in the amazing condition or anything at all, the worst of the condition. So they're just pathetic, beggy fucking cunts. It's just pathetic.
I felt gutted for him.
Come on, Bob, come on and talk about it. Tell me which ones you gave it away.
He's gutted for him. She's gutted for him. Oh, 20. Oh, he lost so much potential money. It was a vinyl, but you put yours in the skip. I'm just a hypocrite. I can't even tell what I'm saying.
I'm gonna give you a slap because I think you had some good ones actually.
I thought, oh no way.
What did you
Led
get?
Zeppelin, yeah, Led Zeppelin.
I had Led Zeppelin. I had no cover, but there was. I saw the eyes light up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the guy even said to him, "Is one of them? Oh yeah, you know that's worth a bit. Yeah, but you give me fucking 20 quid for a whole bag, all you bastards."
Well, which one will say Led Zeppelin back in the 70s? Yeah. You're talking about 500. I mean, fucking Run DMC album, Racing Hell's worth 500.
I get it. Yeah, Kaylee. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, whether she does that to paedophile protecting men as well or not, I don't know. It was just you know, mothers concerned for the protecting their children. She just tries to destroy them. We'll find out. We'll find out.
That was made in 1986.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I was listening about Michael Jackson's Thriller album. Yeah. Do you know it's still the best-selling album ever? All these years. It still outsells any other album, the Thriller album.
Yeah, but Box, they can clean all them vinyls up, you know.
Yeah, what he'd do, he'd put it on a plate, would he? And then exchange it on a plate and make it new. You watch.
Yeah, they clean it up.
Hey, I put it's a white label, green vinyl.
Yeah, the
I'm
Who.
for 300 quid, mate. That's what you'd do. You should have got it refurbished. It's next to nothing. I think it's about 50 quid. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to skip forward a bit. These boring
Yeah, exactly.
fucking beggy
Straighten them as they
cunts.
walked and all that. Yeah, we
Oh, we know all about everything.
Yeah,
We're so clever.
Yeah, because he.
It's something to do with Michael Jackson and the
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Oh, yeah, everyone's so clever. Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get ripped off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never buy anything like that.
Never done anything like that. No.
Fucking hell. I don't know. What a rip-off world.
What rip-off world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
We said it was
Weirdos.
to YouTube. I don't go on TikTok, but when he does
Yeah,
stuff,
well, YouTube, TikTok.
they're quite interesting. He's quite a character, you know. To be,
I went.
different
Judge.
speakers, that's why I've been listening.
The judge of all interesting character. Well, quite an interesting character. Fucking hell. You deserve no pity. No mercy, Rick Freeman. Ricky.
It's X a lot. I'm recording a lot. I'm going to upload them during the week. Really interesting conversations, actually.
Yeah, I don't. Other than me,
Interesting conversation. This one floored me the other night. Really interesting conversations, actually. Oh, Lord.
mate, so I don't tell anyone where else that I go.
No, everybody's got to talk about it for time on Twitter, Christ.
How Ray of
Like,
yeah,
everybody gets
and
a 5
say-
minutes. It's cock up.
been saying that sounds
The internet just got rid of him for a moment. It kicked him out.
quite bad again. I wonder what the fuck it is.
StreamYard. Let me go out again, Christ.
I can't remember then if it was doing it when you was on here.
Actually left that time. I think it was there's another one when it actually just got.
Hello, John.
But it was messed
Our
up.
ray of sunshine.
Right, that's got to be better, isn't it?
Right, so when I talk, it seems, yeah, that's better. That's gone. It's like when I talk,
Yeah.
it's like it's coming through your
Yeah.
mic.
You might be hearing the wind. I've got the windows open.
No, it's me. It's when I talk. It's the feedback.
Oh, it's you then, isn't it?
I don't know because it's coming through yours.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like when I talk, I could see your avatar moving. That's fucking weird. It's the same.
Yeah.
See if it does it when Becca we've been listening to for years.
Yeah.
Like, oh, right, let's go somewhere else. Becca,
Hey, hey.
Right. See if it does it when Becca speaks.
Well, but
Boo. I don't know. What do I talk about?
Right, and just hear it slightly.
you maybe just hearing it. Like Nikki.
No, Dan can hear it as well.
Oh God.
Now it's just doing it slightly. But all of a sudden, you'll go to talk and it'll fucking blare out an echo.
I'll get my battery charger real like I'm on the
But
phone.
it never used to do it. It's only recently it started doing it. So I don't know if it changed anything.
No.
How are you, Becca?
I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Just I was catching up with a bit of news. So apparently Iran has now threatened Europe, but isn't that like the 99th time they've done that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch the news, me.
Yeah, it's got to be your end, Easy. See, I see your avatar moving when I'm talking, so you haven't got another page open or anything.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
You haven't got YouTube open or anything.
No.
Oh, weird.
How's that now?
Yeah, it seems to be okay, and then out of the blue, it'll just start doing it again. It's fucking odd.
Because I was exhausted after that conversation with Shives last night. Christ.
Oh, oh.
I was just half asleep when he broke into an argument with me.
With you?
Yeah, he was just talking about politics. I didn't understand the word he was saying. So I was just funny move.
Oh, bloody hell. Good.
I've got to play that bit as well. I'm gonna have to. Well, I should just flip over to that bit now. Actually, just for context, then carry on with it. So I'll play this. I'll continue to play it. So there's going to be 3 separate streams of theirs tonight over the past 3 nights of debaucherous, depravity, pathetic, beggy, paedophile, protecting, child abuse, child murder, enabling pieces of shit show talk, crap fest. But yeah, we'll just continue this just while I find the other one. Second.
Best way.
That might last long enough for you, like they normally do.
Nah.
Well,
People try.
that was a weird video that went up earlier, wasn't it? Danny Jones put a video up
Oh, did he?
of some woman who was picking up disco.
Oh.
Which was a bit odd. I didn't really see the point of that. But...
Yeah, Bisco's not about no more last time I checked.
Well, she was saying how lovely he was and what a gentleman, and he never trolled her. And I thought, if I could just sum it up in one sentence, I would say, well, madam, you're very lucky it wasn't you.
Yeah, but I can say that about quite a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a lot of people. I'll get on with that. You know, like who like they don't, and I, they, you know, I get on with certain people. They don't, whatever. But like, just because I'm not going to take away from you, from your experience of a particular person, even if I get on with them, that's your experience of that person, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why it's weird that was put up there. No one even knows who this woman is.
Well, Bisco's been gone for time. I ain't seen him in years.
Well, he left when Dan fucked off to Discord, and I kind of thought he'd come back when Dan come back, but he hasn't. But AJ's kind of taken over Disco's role. He's been to Dan's house the other day.
Okay.
So, don't know. Very strange.
Don't know what Dan's been winding him up with though, because he says he doesn't do things, but we all know he does things. Dan, on shoulder.
Who, Dan?
Yeah.
Yes, he can't.
Yeah.
That's how you really feel.
He told a lot of lies, and he had me believing a lot of lies, and I don't appreciate being lied to. I don't.
But you haven't apologised about what you did on the back of these lies, have you, Valerie? And this is what is going to be addressed, Valerie. You're thinking you can just continue being here from your false interpretation or just false projection of events and making out that you were the victim just because you were lied to. You ran with lies. You were the one who wanted all the attention. You were the one who trusted these people, even though people were warning you about what they were doing. So you're just totally complicit, regardless of whether you meant to, quote unquote, meant to be or not. And then, nothing is true, everything is permitted. So you opened yourself up for it in the first place. You didn't care enough about life. You wanted to, and yeah, it may be an addiction, but to somebody's addiction, if somebody mugs someone for heroin, it doesn't excuse. They can explain it, and they can be forgiven for why they do that. Whoever's in a position to forgive them for whoever the victim of the action is, or they can forgive themselves with good conscious change. But you have to consciously change. That is the key. You have to consciously change and acknowledge that your gaming, your escapism, your ability, your fantasy in life that you used to abuse others that you are, I suppose, maybe jealous of, or just because you get high off of victimizing people, or you're just gullible and you ran with paedophiles' lies. But you have to take responsibility for running with paedophiles' lies. Like, that's just very simple. You can't just say, oh, but I was, you're not a child. You're not fucking 14, 13, 12, even 15, 16, 17, 18 and groomed into something. You have to take some responsibility, Valerie. I know you're probably not hearing this, but I will replay it back to you when I get the chance. And I'll just say it to you another time. Fresh. It's just all, yes, I suppose it's practice and just helping me process what I'm hearing as well, and digesting all this fucking shit that I'm having to deal with every day. A few mugs. And then all the history that I'm having to unravel and make sense of that I wasn't in the moment present for. But we're just going to pause that for a moment and just move on to Shines, as he calls himself. Someone said it was called. Someone said it, I think he might have said his name was Stefan. I had his name written down, Stefan something. But I don't know if I can't tell by his accent. Is he Asian? Is he English? It's a very unique accent. I don't know if it's just totally fake, if it's totally put on, or whether it's like I'm not sure what it is. It's a very, very, very unique, odd accent. I cannot put a finger on whether it's of any racial specific association. And this is where it gets really dangerous. He's literally, just on the other level of dangerous. The other side's obviously just as dangerous, but he's literally cussing down very well-informed, educated, caring, aware, passionate Jewish people, quote unquote. I don't even like to associate anyone to a religion in its real sense, but what people who say that they're Jewish, standing up for trauma and abuse and horrific victims of violent crimes, rape, murder, massacre, all these ways that they're getting killed and brutalized. And he's just saying that these people aren't aware, they don't realize what they're standing up for. And you can bring in the religion all you want, but it's not about that. These are innocent children, women and men that are just victims to these opposing factions. Does not mean that because anything's written, just because some things are, and you don't know what you're standing up for with fucking Jews, you fucking nutter, with your books. And the book that you just said, someone in the chat I think's mentioned about the Talmud, and he's, I don't know about that. It's the other side of the family. It's just so dangerous. I'm sorry, baby. I have to just go back 2 minutes. I forgot to switch over.
One or two things. One, innocent people are getting killed. Two, people are homeless. The other thing is they're hungry and they're not getting the aid in. All right. So can you fucking match that?
Peekaboo, no, I haven't read it. Nah. I wasn't promoted. Nothing was promoted on my side of my family with that. I've got uncles that have read it, I suppose.
Thank you so much, by the way, Kaylee. Thank you.
I mean, I just stick up for the people who get bullied in this country. It's the Jews. They get bullied left, right, and centre.
No, what do you mean they get bullied? They stand up. No. 1 sec. The people in London, they stand up for the Palestinians, yeah? Most of them. Yes, they do. Listen, I live in London. I know
people. I've got family in London still, and it's more attacks on Jews than that Muslims. It's fact.
Okay, I'm being honest, yeah? They stand up for the Palestinians, yeah?
Oh, they stand up for nothing. They don't know what.
And if you ask me what areas, I will fucking tell you the areas, yeah?
They stand up for, they don't know what they're standing up for.
Oh, now you're saying they don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
So basically, you've got the Zionists. No, 1 second. You've got the Zionists and you've got the real Jews, yeah? The innocent Jews. So are you a Zionist or are you a Jew?
Wait a minute.
I'm asking you.
Telling me Zionist or different?
No. 1 sec. No, 1 sec.
Do you know
are
what?
You Zionist?
Do you know the definition of a Zionist is?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
People just want to have
No. Going around the world, taking and trying to conquer their lands.
Well, who are they trying to conquer?
1 sec. The Zionists, listen. The Zionists tried to take America over.
Rubbish.
You didn't know about this. Let me educate you, about what's the Zionist doing. They're in Cyprus now. Listen, they're in Cyprus now.
You're telling me a small amount of people want to take over.
You know what? I'm fed up with so many dumb people what don't know what the fuck is going on in the world.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck's going on, do you?
Well, do you? It's pathetic.
Yes, I do know.
How could a small amount of people take over fucking America?
It's called. Listen, it's called the power, the world power people, the banks and the world who control the fucking world.
Who controls the money these days? It's not the Jews. Who's small rich?
Well, all right. Do you know in Lebanon, when this guy got killed, he tried to open a bank, and because he tried to open a bank because of the dollar, keep the dollar in, he got assassinated, where he was giving money to people, listen to me, money to people who was like getting married. The government was giving money for that. If you didn't have a house, they'd give you a house. They give you petrol. They give you electric. They give you everything. Yeah, and this person wanted to open a bank. Yeah, well, like in the worldwide or whatever, in the bank, and he got assassinated. Yeah, so like educate yourself. Yeah, what the fuck's going on?
Educate yourself. Who's got the most money in the world? The Arabs. What do they most? They own.
Well, to be honest,
they own most of the stuff in London now. So don't come in with the Jews and the Zionists and cover.
No. 1 sec. Yeah. Azerbaijan. Yeah. He does. Azerbaijan or whatever. Done. Bought the royal family's properties. Yeah, I don't think you know about that, do you?
Of course I do.
No, you don't. You don't even know that, do you?
Yes, I do.
All right. And do you know who was getting paid for the rents of the properties rented out?
The Arabs.
No, you see, you're talking shit. Like, I can't even talk to you because you don't know what the fuck's going on.
No, because you're listening to conspiracies. You're fucking nuts, bro.
No, it's the truth, and the truth hurts.
Truth doesn't.
Yeah, the truth hurts. Yeah.
Anyway, so what if the Jews?
Yeah, so what? Yeah, this is what I mean. What? Yeah, I'm trying to educate you and say, what the hell's going on?
Business people. So what? Indians are business people. Loads of people are. The Arabs are more. But how comes the Arabs have got more money? Where have they get all their money from?
All right, let me tell you something. All right, let me tell you something. Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, AEU, whatever it's called, whatever. These are all puppets. They were put in by the West, yeah, to control their countries, No, listen to me carefully. This is all gonna come out, yeah? Yeah, this is all gonna come out, yeah.
Bloody David Icke.
No. I don't listen. I don't ever listen to David Dickhead or whatever, because he's a dickhead, as most people online are dickheads, yeah? So, one sec.
The same shit you're talking.
You don't want to know the fucking truth, yeah? Yeah. They were all sellouts to the West. Remember what I'm saying to you now, Easy. They were sold out to the West.
You're telling me the West had control of them. You're joking. You're actually mad. You're mad. The Arabs are worth billions, trillions.
No,
they're richer than anybody else in the world. There's no one else.
Okay. All right, 1 sec. How come has Qatar got the biggest military of the USA in that area? Yeah, and they let that attack happen by Israel.
No,
listen, they've got the best technology, defense, everything. Yeah, so why did it happen?
So
why did? One sec. Why did Arabs
do or Muslims do?
One sec.
Conspiracy. Yeah.
No. Why did the plane from Israel go and do an attack? Yeah, when Qatar has got the biggest American defense army, yeah, in that area, and the defense of locating anything what's moving, why was it shut down? Same as 9/11 as well.
Stop it! You're going to blame the Jews for that, aren't you? I know.
No. I'm not blaming. No. You're talking rubbish.
It's coming, isn't it?
No. It's not coming because I'm not blaming the Jews. What the hell is going on in the world?
because we've got evil in the world. There's no conspiracy. There's
Yeah.
evil, right? There's evil.
I'm not saying it is evil fuckers who are letting these things happen. 9/11. It went through fucking America. America's got the best technology and who can identify anything what's
How are they going
moving.
to detect there were going to be terrorists on that plane? Sean?
Same as Qatar, same as everything else. Yeah.
How would they know?
This is all. What do you mean? You pay millions and billions and trillions of pounds, yeah, and you let it happen. You shut it down.
You're mad. You got two normal passengers thinking that normal passengers took over a plane, threatened it, knocked out.
What? And America didn't. And America didn't see these planes coming into danger. Shut the fuck up. The other thing is, these people coming into Israel, who's got #1 technology. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck's going on in this world, man?
You're mad. It was
the best technology in Israel, and they let this happen. Yeah, well, he's saying if a rat moves, Israel would have known. This is what people are saying. So I'm talking about the Israel. No, I'm talking about the Israel. Now, one sec. 7th of October. I'm talking 9/11, and I'm talking about all this, yeah, and Qatar. What the hell's going on? Come on, guys. They got the best technology, but yeah, shut it down. We're gonna cause a war. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make money. Whatever the fuck they do. Fucking idiot.
Who's not making sense, Lou? Sassol. Hello, welcome to the channel. You're not making sense, Charles.
To be honest, no. At the end of the day, you just listen to BBC and shut the fuck up.
I don't listen to conspiracies, yeah? So anything what's done by the Muslim world, it's all a conspiracy, is it?
Yeah, I'm not talking about the Muslim world. I'm talking not about the Muslim world. I'm talking about the best defense. Yeah, the best defense in the world. Yeah, Israel, America, and whatever. How the fuck have they let things happen? How the fuck? One sec.
They hijacked the plane, you duckface. They hijacked the plane.
Oh, they hijacked. No. You know what? America could have shot them down.
How could they? How could they possibly be? No. They thought they were normal passengers who took over, and then flying back to the airport, and they.
No, you're talking rubbish. Now you're talking rubbish, and you're wasting my time now. Yeah, they went into a different direction. As soon as someone goes into a direction, then it's going near the White House or whatever, that needs to be shot down. Put that through your fucking head.
No, they were going through the right.
Oh, what do you mean, no?
They were going over that building to get to the airport, right? That's
really?
Yeah.
All right, really?
Yes.
No, you fucking history.
The thing is, as much as Shines is explaining a lot of it to quite, he's making it, he's taking a right stance in that respect, but he obviously does not. He's got access to enough information to find out a lot more than this, and in this amount of time, I have to say, as much, there's so much other time wasting. You come on here, Shines, to just argue and get a stimulation off of cutting people down in no productive way other than some immediate what you see as justice for people's shitty behaviour. And you're definitely one of the more honest people on here regarding the actual reality of things, like regarding government paedophile rings over in this country and stuff like that. But you only hit on it with Wendy. You only attack Wendy for it. And it's just because she's an old white woman that you feel you can, and she's just an easy target, which is fair enough. Like, obviously she puts herself out there to be that. But it's you've got to bring everyone else up. You've got to put everyone else out, call everyone else out for not acknowledging that. But then also, neither of you this whole conversation mentioned how the Twin Towers went down. That there was a third building that went down, like almost free fall. That the engineers and architects that have signed a petition to say it was definitely a demolition job. They equate it to equivalent to as good as free fall speeds for what it should have been, in that scenario of anything collapsing or bits falling off a building or whatever, going into its own footprint at free fall speeds, and then the third building 7, which only had surface damage, and then it came down however far away, building 7, and then the Pentagon, which had a missile size, no wing damage in the walls, a bit of grass damage just before, I believe it might have something hit the ground, but some sort of small plane or missile sort of projectile thing. Loads of testimony of the actual plane that was directed towards it actually bypassed it, and then there was a plane in a crashed in somewhere else near. So there's so much other information. I just feel Shines, even though it's nice that you are showing Ricky, you're giving us the opportunity to expose Ricky Freeman's absolute terrible stance on all of this. Just really needs to scratch up on a bit more of that. You could make it. You could win this. Not say win, but you could expose this a lot clearer, a lot with much more clarity and particulars.
Come on.
What do you know with your bloody history? You bloody never fly to the fucking airport, JFK Airport, right?
Basically, the plane should have been shot down long time ago. Yeah, they should have. Yeah,
how would they know when you've got passengers actually?
Yeah, Katie, I'll be fascinated to find out what he definitely I'd say alcohol a lot, but whether it's what else it is that fuels him, if it is drug wise, I imagine it must be this to be engaging with this community, quote unquote, to this level. I think most people are taking drugs and stuff to be so detached from reality and all that. Yeah, bless.
Actually normal, they've decided and threatened everyone, they took over the fucking plane.
Anyway, I'm just said what I got to say anyway. And to be honest, like I said about the Israel, and I said about the 9/11, and whatever I said about everything, and about Qatar as well. Yeah, it's all bullshit. It's all done with all the bullshit, with the high technology, with defense and whatever. Anything what comes across here will be shot down. But why didn't it happen? Why was everything shut down? That's what I'm asking you then, Easy, if you think you fucking know it all.
I've just told you it.
No, you don't know. You don't know.
I've just told you. You're on about 9/11, yeah? It was a normal passenger plane going back to where they were, and the people hijacked it, and for some reason they took control of the plane, right?
All right. So when it went, to a certain area, and it was going to the Twin Towers, they could have shot. They could have shot that down, but they didn't.
Shine.
And
one second. You've got to go past the Twin Towers to get to the fucking airport, right?
No. It was well out of control for a while, and then no one said anything. No. It was well out of control. It was all under control by certain governments and whatever, and this they could have shut it down, but they didn't. Same as Israel, same as the Qatar. And I'm being honest, like that's life at the end of the day. This is our governments and the richest in the world. This is what happens. And then when they done the 9/11, they caused problems between the Muslims and the Christians. So I'll say no more. And then they started war in Afghan and whatever for 20 years and whatever. Well, Afghan, yeah, it's a rich land, isn't it? You know, it's a rich land, you know.
Yeah, well, so you're saying don't matter any attack from any Arab country, it's all a conspiracy, it's all the Jews' fault, yeah?
Did I say Jews? No, one second. No, like, wash your teeth out, yeah? Did I say Jews?
Well, you might as well say it. You keep saying
No,
Zionists.
one sec. Do not put words in my mouth. Now you can wash your fucking mouth out and start again. Jews.
Well, you might as well say it because everybody says.
No, I'm not saying the Jews. Did I say Jews? No.
Well, you might as well.
That weren't even in my mind. No, one sec. I will call it as a certain governments and the world powers and the riches doing this. So what the fuck have you said Jews to me?
Because when people say they're big Jews, yeah.
No, you're talking shit. Yeah. I'm not saying Jews.
Right? We all know, right?
Don't put Jews in my fucking mouth, yeah.
You just.
Oh, sorry, my recording messed up for about. I didn't realise for quite a long time.
To the sea.
I go back and I couldn't bother to try and figure out where. Well, I didn't know where it would cut, so I ended up going back to.
Long time ago. Yeah, they should have. Yeah, we've got passengers acting normal. They've decided to threaten everyone. They took over the fucking plane. Did I say Jews? No. That wasn't even in my mind. No, one sec. I will call it as a certain governments and the world powers and the riches doing this. So what they from South Africa or Somalia or whatever they between towns to get to the fucking airport, right? No. It was well out of control. One sec. Only two people in the world can control the world, yeah? Because what it is, yeah, is the power, the control, and whatever. The riches. No, it's not from the Muslim. No, listen. Someone tried to open a bank account for the world, and he got assassinated, yeah? And it was in a Muslim country. Now you've got the. He come from London. Sorry about swearing, because I'm getting fed up by explaining this to certain people, like, and they never listen. The housing, the social care, yeah. So we know that. Yeah, you know that. Years always against Israel. It's crap. It's actually political Islam is taking over the BBC. It's taking over everything. Yeah, and it's not talking about Muslims. They're talking about political Islam. We know what they want. They want to. Why do you think all the nightclubs are closed down in fucking London? Who's in charge of London Mayor? Oh, Sadiq Khan. Who changed all the posters in London? Can't have women with bikinis on. Oh, yeah, it was Sadiq Khan. Yeah, but I was listening a little bit. Who was you getting angry with? What on the chat? No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to everyone. I'm just saying. So, if you can't see what's happening and what Khan's doing to London, yeah, all he cares about
is his faith and what he wants, right? Basically, he's trying to get through.
No, he's a sellout. He's a sellout. No, he's a sellout. Yeah, money, and he's in the same side of these people in the government. He's a sellout. So don't say that he respects his country and whatever. It's all about money. So yeah, go on, carry on.
Well, he doesn't respect us, does he? I mean, fucking.
Well, to be honest, all right, the government, Labour don't respect us. Conservative don't respect us. Our MPs don't respect us.
Well,
our children have been abused from years and years and years, from the police, from the council, the housing, the social care. Yeah, so
we know that. We know that.
Yeah, you know that.
So now you're talking about what's happening in London.
No, now you're talking
about what's happening in London.
No, yeah, you're talking about a person who's a fucking Muslim. Yeah, sorry about the fucking. You're talking about because he's fucking. He's pissing me off now. He's a Muslim, yeah? But at the end of the day, he's still in the same fucking game as the Conservatives, the Labours, the MPs, yeah? It's all about money. So fucking...
Yeah, and once it's all about money, he's taking away the income from London.
Sorry about swearing, because at the end of the day, I'm getting fed up by explaining this to certain people, like, and they never listen. It's the whole lot. The Conservatives, the Labours, the MPs, 10 Downing Street, the MPs, you fucking name it.
You tell me right, 20 years ago, we had about 100 clubs in London, centre of London.
Police knew about
that all gone down. And why is he doing it? Why is he doing it? Why is he building homes for Muslim only?
Okay, one sec. One sec. So you're blaming one person when the other people in MPs and the governments have done the same fucking shit or worse. So everyone wants to be stupid and blame one person? What the fuck is going on in this world? Come on.
He's put his religion first.
Why are you blaming one person when there are all the fucking same?
Because I'm talking about London.
And they put our children. No one said. What about what they did to our children in the churches?
Well, what's the thing you can't do now? He's covered up the London, isn't he?
No, one sec. So you want to blame one person, but you don't want to blame the others of the governments and our MPs, our politics and everything. No, you don't want to blame them. You want to be stupid and say, "Oh, calm."
I'm talking about London. Why are you diverting from London? Why are you diverting? I'm talking about my home.
I'm talking about not London. I'm talking about the fucking whole.
Yeah, but we all know about that. We're talking about one little picture.
No, you're talking about one man. I'm talking about the whole fucking government on our politics and our
we know,
and our social care and our council. Why are you talking about one person to me? That's not fucking good enough. That's not fucking good enough.
Well, hang on. You go on about Zionist want to take it over the world and that, but you've got one little man.
No. Listen. We're talking. Listen. Stop fucking changing the subject, yeah. And I'm really getting pissed off, yeah, because you're always saying, "Oh, Zionist, oh this, that." You want to talk about you keep saying it. Everyone knows. I said I'm not talking about the Jews. You're saying about the Jews. I'm saying no. I'm not saying about the Jews. I'm talking about the Americans, and I'm talking about this and that. You're saying, "Oh, you want to make out it was the Jews?" I said no. I'm talking about these fucking people who are controlling the world. So don't put me in that category, yeah.
Well, you said
you're doing it again. No, you're doing it again.
No, you said that. No, you have said.
No, I didn't. Everyone on the chat.
I see what Zionist mean to you. You said, "Oh, a group of people want to take."
No, we're not talking about Zionists. We're not talking about Jews. We're talking about our government now. Why do you want to talk about Israel and the Zionists and the Jews? No. We're talking. You're talking about C. Khan or whatever his name or whatever.
Yeah, because he's from London.
All right. So why are you bringing the Zionists and the Jews in and Israel in? I don't want to talk about
that. Was past tense, but you. I'm comparing.
No.
You're Hobbit who's taken over the country. Oh
my God! Why are you flipping and flopping and calling? All right. Listen, I don't want to talk about the Jews and the Zionists and all that. Yeah, we're talking about where we live. We live in the UK. Yeah, what we're going through. Yeah. So you was talking about C. Khan or whatever. Yeah. Yes or no? Because I answered your question. Yeah. And then you say, no, Shines, you Zionists, you're talking about Zionists. No, I'm not fucking talking about the Zionists. I'm not talking about the Jewish. I'm not talking about
Look what he's done. I'm talking about what he's done to London.
Yeah. And I'm explaining to you, it's not just him. It's all of them.
He's the mayor of London.
No, listen. But at the end of the day, listen, he's getting paid. He sells out his own religion. He sells out everything. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's put there for fucking money. Yeah. They're all put there. What happened to and I got serious and I got fed up and I said, how about our children at the churches and whatever in social care? No, you don't want to talk about it. No one wants to talk about this. No,
we speak about it.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about it. When I said about this, you said, oh, Shines about the Zionists and whatever. Don't fucking change my subject when I'm talking about something serious, yeah, about our children.
Well, we don't about the children. We speak out about
you know about children. And you want to attack one man. The whole fucking government and all of them are fucking corrupt, yeah. And you are all fucking stupid to attack one man.
No,
fucking attack that. Oh, because it's America.
I'm on about London.
Ah.
I'm on about London.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking. All right, London. I explained to you what the fuck they did. Yeah, to our children. Yeah. What, you don't give a shit. All you want to do is think about the mayor of London. Yeah. What the fuck's going on with your?
Yeah, because my beloved city I was born in is
yeah, how
changed.
about children? No, one second. No. How about going back to our grandmothers and whatever? What's happened to our grandmothers and whatever?
Well, they passed away.
No, 1 minute. What, and you want to talk about one fucking guy?
Because he has transformed London into a shithole.
Oh, really?
Yes, he has.
How about our children? What the fuck's going on in our...
Our children are suffering.
No. You're talking about London suffering. Fuck that, yeah? I'm talking about our children, yeah? Which is number one. Yeah? No, I said this years ago, yeah? Our children comes first, yeah? I said, be careful, because the schools and everything were going to do something, yeah? Which did happen, yeah? Anyway, forget about that. I'm talking about our children, yeah? Our government.
All right, it's not about children. I'm talking about children.
No. Yeah, and you want to talk about one fucking thing. You want to talk about one fucking thing.
About children.
Yeah. What is happening? You can't tell me fuck all. Listen, you've never had the fucking mouth to talk about it. All you want to do is all you want to do is talk about Sikh Khan, and I'm talking about the fucked up government, our politics. Whatever his name is, I don't give a shit. You want to talk about him? I'm talking about. Yeah, I think you need a fucking drink. Go and get a fucking drink. You're really pissing me off, man. Our children are getting abused. Our government knows this, and you fucking talking about a dickhead.
All right.
No, one second. Who is paid? No, listen. Who is paid by these fucking idiots? Yeah.
Hi, Angie. It's lovely to see you. I found 4 videos on BJ's channel, and to do with Mark. Yeah, I know nothing about Mark other than he was involved in the media industry originally, and then. It seems it gives money to people to interview them, doesn't he? From off the streets originally, but yeah, that one to do with the Sound of Freedom recently. There's I'm in two minds, because when people have got Freemason connections, I mean, I haven't looked at any of this yet, but just regarding Jim Caviezel and the other producer that that Mark Leita interviewed recently, which I'm not sure of his name, but he just had just a certain. It's just difficult to tell some of these people's authenticity just on their characters, just because of their. I mean. So sometimes there's certain campness, and there's this trait of these paedophiles online that they all seem to have this kind of eccentric campness a lot of the time. Like, I don't know if you've been watching at all, if you've seen Soundy Banana Cam, Darren Williams, Lyndon Warden, you obviously know Hoax Police, AJ, the Lashbrook family. They're all very damaged men with a very pervy. I mean, and the things they come out with are just obscene and abusive and horrific. Like, I don't know if you've seen comments on Kaylee's channel recently, where originally it was started by Adam Lashbrook, unlisted Lucifer, AJ, and he would say, "Stop fiddling yourself. I know you're fiddling with yourself. Oh, don't wipe your hands on the curtains after watching these videos." And then people like Darren Williams, Sounding Banana Cam, would jump on it and say, "She's fiddling with herself, Pip Smoker," this unknown one still, which may be Grobnob, says, "Stop fiddling with yourself," and all this, just fiddling, playing with yourself over watching these children's horrific testimonies of abuse. And titillating, I think the word titillating would come up and stuff like that. And then Hoax Police, Lyndon Warden would say the same. But yeah, all of them. So Lyndon's just purely camp, like openly says that a night out with Paris Barrington would be a real riot, or what did he say? A stonking riot. I can't remember what he said. But on town, yeah, that's who he'd most like to go out with for a night from YouTube. And then you've got like Justin Ormerod from Wake Up UK, which is Jason Tyler, as he goes by, Justin Ormerod. Who just sounds really camp, and you've got Eric, Brian Little, Hansford, just sounds almost like Justin, Jason, that really weird camp. And I'm not like, you know, I'm just observing this characteristic. And there was the one who got to me, it's an ungrounded, flapping sort of projecting energy where they just have to kind of put on this kind of fake bravery and just keep throwing stuff at them, just keep shouting stuff at them. And we're in a team. As long as there's enough of us and we keep saying it together, then we'll just confuse everyone enough and we'll make them feel shit enough that they'll just eventually they'll just fucking disappear. We'll destroy them. They just won't be able to put up with it anymore, won't you? And then but they're much more confident with it, aren't they, Kaylee? They're just so fucking confident with it, aren't they, Kaylee? They just say Kaylee at the end of every sentence, or aren't you, Jake? Aren't you, Jake? This, yeah, you got this done by the police, didn't you, Jake? Didn't you, Jake? Oh, but you were the police, didn't you, Jake? Oh, but you got taken in. So it's just these asserting paedophile, Nazi protecting comments in the gang, and the other point was so this person with the interview, I just don't want to cuss people down for their characteristics straight away, but I will just play a bit of it now, just so you know which one I'm talking about, because but yeah, I mean, there's a few on this woman's page. I was just seeing these 4 so far. I don't know if you're watching live yet or whether you're catching up still. So, or whether you're even still here. Let's see if you're in the chat. Yeah, cool. Okay, so but we'll let you catch up with things, or just whatever you want to reflect on this. But yeah, I mean, I don't know which one to start on because none of them mean anything to me yet. The lawsuit that Mark Laser failed to mention is bad. Did he exposed on Software Underbelly interview? Mark Laser messed up big time. Mark Laser went too far. Enough is enough. So yeah, I don't know where to start with that. But just in regards to he's interviewing people that are so I'll keep that page open to look at someone later anyway.
Think they can overcome before. People don't change, right? An addict to porn ends up being an addict to alcohol when he breaks off his.
I felt I had to like it because of the content and what he was bringing out, but you know, maybe I'm jumping the gun or being too. Oh, I've got to check with Kay's here yet. Oh no, she's not.
His porn addiction. It's just there's so much energy there that it's just transferring that trauma to other places. Yet I was able to see considerable, massive transformational changes using some of these tools. And so that's what I did for me. I now meditate every single day. I've released all that crap.
He was talking about magic mushroom use before. Let's go back a bit further.
Down the left-hand side. Cell doors. No windows, no access outside of these smaller 2-foot doors. She sticks a key in one of these doors, opens it up, and the first thing I see wasn't even a bed. It was a steel plank that was held to the wall with a chain, and had a, so they can fold it up like that. And there was a dirty, dingy blanket that was holes all over it that was just sitting there. And then to the left of that, on a concrete block, was a little girl. She had just turned 14. She was taken when she was 7. Her parents were killed in the earthquake in Haiti, and nobody even knew she was alive.
It's just so dangerous, like the willingness of abuse. I'm gonna have to take the like off for now, just to figure something out, because it is scary. It's scary that people are willing to. It's the worst. It's the worst of the worst of the worst that we live in a world where people are able to lie and deceive, and project the most noble causes and take positions like we know of people in head teachers, psychiatrists, Jimmy Savile, obviously, in these positions of charity work for children and bringing children's dreams to life with kids shows and pop music and all the celebrity stuff when the abuse is being exposed or being exposed. And it's just a job, isn't it? We just have to expose it bit by bit. There's no point in getting too sentimental about it, I suppose, but just a bit more of him.
She had been sold for sex 20, 30 times a day for 7 years. She looked up at me like this blank look on her eyes, like this happens every day. Told the trafficker, yeah, that's what my boss is looking for. She showed us the other doors, other kids in there. There was this queen size mattress that was on the floor with condoms all around, where the unthinkable would happen.
And without being if this video isn't flipped, which I guess it wouldn't be, then he does keep looking to the right a lot now. I was observing that he wasn't before, and there is a psychology or a body relationship thing which suggests that because of the left side of the brain, how the left side deals with logic and is what they call it the reptilian, these like logic survival aspects. Then the right side is creativity. So the feminine aspect, but that's also creation and ideas rather than past and memory and instinct. And the right side suggests making up. Generally, it can be different. It can be anomalies, but it's a general rule that looking to the right means formulating a thought, formulating a thing that you're saying, and left is a known. It's a going back with something that's actually happened. So he is very consciously looking to the right a lot here. I know the camera's slightly on his right where he's sitting looking at Mark, but it's
that little girl didn't say one word after we rescued her. Not one word for 2 weeks. And her first words that she said were, "I didn't think anybody would come." Because she gave up hope. She gave up hope 7 years before. And what makes me so mad, Mark, is that every single man.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Kaylee. It just seems too dramatized. And this is the producer for that film, Sound of Freedom. Everyone was really excited when it came out, and it's horrific to think that this is the level of deception that maybe, and the whole Trump thing with sharing the amount of like seemingly genuine cases of abuse that he was, linked to, paying off victims and stuff. But yet he shared Elisa and Gabriel's picture, the only account on Twitter which he reshared and said, "Thank you. #SaveTheLittles. Eagle Lion 7. Thank you. Thank you for being a great president. Oh, thank you. I've got Elisa and Gabriel as my profile picture." And Donald went and shared it. It's just, we just have to keep praying as well as just getting our job done. We know what we're dealing with. We know we're dealing with a paedophile ring here right now in Hampstead and online in YouTube. This is their battleground that they are flappingly clutching at, trying to keep under some sort of fake pretense of cover up thing what they've got going on. So yeah, but thank you for that feedback and hijacking all good things. Yeah, it's just so evil, and we have to just. Oh, you don't even have the visual. Wow, yeah, of course. Let's put the visual on for a minute. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. This isn't going to help his case at all. Sorry, I don't want to judge. Like,
who walked through that door or wherever she was for 7 years, every single man.
And he talks about having a wife and stuff as well. But I mean, initially you would think he was possibly gay, obviously, like almost, but likely gay. But he just seems, yeah, it's just. And did you hear when I was saying about all the characteristics of like AJ and Brian Hansford and Justin Jason, Soundy Darren, and obviously these unknown ones that just flap in a very camp, fucking abusive way, particularly Clyde. No pretense. Right, let's read it in my head first before I read it out. Let's try and get the characteristic. Let's got to try and imagine a voice. Let's do it in his voice. I can't do it. I can't do an American. Oh, when I try to do an Australian accent, it comes out American. But if I try and do a non-American accent, I'm just trying to think of. I've got to try and do Darren Williams in American. Do you actually want to find it as well? Yeah. I should probably put the link out for all of them, just out of like respect, even if they are out of respect for all of you to be able to find, even if they are a dodgy channel. At least you can suss it all out for yourself. You know, I'll try and get in a habit of every time I do a video, I'll put the link out as well.
That walked through that door was there to rape her. Me and Andy were the first ones that walked through that door that didn't have that intention.
See, he's clearly looking to the right again. I don't want to make that assumption, but it's just he keeps doing it. I know Mark's slightly on his left, so the camera's on the right, so maybe he's trying to just keep middle to the camera, but.
Now she's learning to dance. She's with a family member that now knows that she was alive.
And obviously there can be reasons why somebody's I've got plastic lens in my left eye, cataract. So I was born with a cataract. So maybe I don't look to the left so much, or it'll be interesting. I'd like you to we'll get feedback on all these things as time goes on.
Live and an extended family that picked her up. She's going to school.
He's licking his lips as well. Oh, this is horrible. This is like I think that's been noted in the Ricky Dearman interview when he mentions the killing the babies and drinking the blood. I think he even licks his lips then.
One of these children have a story. Some of them sold by their own families. Like half of the children we rescued in Thailand were sold by their own families. We were in Thailand just recently, and there was a little girl. She was 10, and her mom and dad, together with the rest of the family, figured that she could earn more money than the dad out working by selling her body.
Oh, this is horrific. I just wanted to believe it at the time, and I watched it all the way through, and it gripped me. But it does sound really contrived. Sounds really contrived. Oh, here we are, but hey, darling. Hey, yeah. Apologies. 555. Almost is on my phone. My phone's about 30 seconds fast. Yeah, I don't know if you want to comment on this at all, Kaylee. You're not. We're not hearing you yet. How's your connection? Let's give you a connection test. Just play a bit more while you're getting ready. Well, no, we don't need to play anymore already, just to finish that sentence.
10. You know, in a situation like that, you can't put them back in with a family that's selling them. We had a amazing rescue that we did just right before I stopped doing undercover about 1.5 years ago. But one of the biggest ones we did was recently between Ecuador and Peru, and our foundation now has some certification programs that help educators know what to be looking for, and healthcare professionals. Over 80% of children who are being trafficked end up seeing a doctor during the time that they're being trafficked. And so these healthcare professionals in Peru were trained and knew what to do and what to look for. Sure enough, this little girl her mother had died when she was 8. Her father was a raging alcoholic. At 10 years old, she was taken to live with her uncle and her aunt. And at 10 years old, she was being sexually abused by her uncle. She told the family, nobody believed her. She became the perfect opportunity for traffickers. She would walk to school by herself, super low self-esteem, always looking down. They could feel that energy. And sure enough, one of them said, hey, you know what? I can, and befriended her, convinced her as a child, convinced her that a house being raped by her uncle is not any place to live, and he'll provide a better opportunity for her. Convinced her to go to she was living in Ecuador, convinced her to go to Peru. She went to Peru. He took away, once they got there, he bought her sexy clothes, took away her phone, took away her passport, introduced her to the other children.
I think it's just the amount of details and the specifics that just made me sort of like just be gripped by it. Yeah. Okay, darling. Thanks for trying anyway. But yeah, see if you can get your setup sorted. All right. Do you hear me? Okay. I don't know if you want to just. But anyways, yeah. Which one should we play now? But yeah, it's just hopefully there's lots of people doing. I mean, there's people doing the work. Just try his name and see if that comes up as exposed.
My temper a little bit, but yeah, it had to happen. Who is paid? No, listen, who is paid by these fucking idiots? Yeah. Sorry, guys, I have lost my temper a little bit, but yeah, it had to happen. He said he's going to go. Are you back? No, he's gone for a smoke. And he thinks he can fool me. Stop lying. Be honest. Honesty is the best policy.
And Wallace, I've been informed that Satan is performing rituals around your area to warm up the area. To warm up, nobody likes a cold hip replacement. I'm gonna look into where Minnesota is. But yeah, I wonder if you'll be up really early tomorrow morning, eh? Or whether you just don't go to sleep till 2 and then get up at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. 1 hour sleep for visitors at 4. Cold hop replacements. Yeah, it's a new sort of hop brewing technique for surgery. Makes surgery a lot more effective. Oh, you're so flapping, man. You really have to play. You have to like get into the character of an older woman. Like, do you really have to? Do you kind of put the whole character on to try and stay in character, hobble about and everything? The multi-discipline in water, out water Olympics, mental gymnastics. Where's Shine's gone?
This, like, no, it's not stupidness, but when you're talking about one man, when the whole fucking government is corrupt and our social cares and everything's all corrupt, and our children being abused, and basically our government, our MPs, our politics, and all are corrupt. That's the people that you need to go to stand up, and not just waste your time and say about this fucking Sid Khan or whatever his name is, the mayor of London or whatever. What the fuck? Get a fucking life, people, man. Fucking, they abuse our children and everything. They all fucking work together. Even the fucking royal family, BBC, no one says fuck all. I just ain't got time for this rubbish shit that I have to listen to.
All right, let's talk about children. Let's talk about the children sitting constantly dying in London every day. How about that?
My God, I've just explained it. No, I've just explained it, yeah? I explained about what the hell's going on in the government, yeah? You just want to talk about one fucking idiot who's a fucking lowlife.
Yeah, but we're talking about I'm talking about the kids then. Yes, right, I'll tell you this story. Corrupt governments. Maybe most of the councillors in the areas are mostly Labour. And I'm talking about Rochdale. Rochdale is still the most corrupt, most abused children in the country. People like politicians like Cyril Knowles and everybody else. You've got the Corby's who covered up a lot of abuse. You've got, what's his name? The old. How does Jumping Jack Flash? Well, why should it affect me? Why should it affect my hometown? Do you want to see everybody? Do you want to see everybody? You know, he's talking about children being abused. We'll talk about it. We know what the corruption of the churches and what they're all doing, selling the children off, the social services and all that. Yes, we do know.
Yeah, the main thing is our children at the end of the day. Is that what everyone's talking about? Our children. Is that what Tommy Robinson's doing? It's about our children as well, which I told him 5 years ago that he should be doing it.
We've all been doing it. Everybody's spoken about this for the last 7 years. Have you looked on my community wall?
So what are you talking about? A dickhead who's controlled by? He's a muppet who's controlled by the government and the power of the riches in the UK. Yeah, and you want to attack a muppet? Why don't you fucking attack the fucking government and the politics and the fucking MPs? The government, isn't he? Yeah, but he's just put there. He does what he's a muppet at the end of the day. He's told what to do. He's fucking under control, yeah, by the riches, yeah, who controls him. Like, think what the fuck is going on in the world, yeah?
Hello, you still there? You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what's going in. I've spoken enough about it. Look at my wall. Look at my wall I put up. Maybe you know what I've been putting up for fucking ages.
Well, to be honest, easy. I've known you for years, yeah, and you know I've been saying long time ago. I said, be careful. Our children are going to be in trouble.
Oh, no, I've been talking about this for
You
fucking years.
remember this years ago? I said this.
Yeah, but it's nothing I don't know about. You keep saying that, but I know about that.
So how comes everyone's talking about it now?
What are you on about? People have been talking about it all the
Doing
time. But
protests,
they're
our
not heard.
children.
You're not in the right place, are you, to listen, talk about it?
Well, I said our children are number one. Like meaning the government, what they were trying to do with in the schools, sex education and whatever. Okay, we had the migrants and whatever. Yeah, and I knew what the fuck they were doing. They're doing trans whatever, educating sex education to our little kids. Yeah, I knew that was coming, and no one was talking about it.
You said what? They were talking about it for years.
When I said it, you know me for years. I said there's going to be a lot of problems. Yeah, but the main thing is our children are going to be in danger. And I said this before they started tried to do the sex education and all this shit. And they tried to take your kids from you.
All this crap, I knew. This is where you just fuck up, Shines. Like, it's just so superficial and fake and really annoying, like really pathetic. So this place, Minnesota, wow. What a place you live, Wallace. It's gorgeous. Huge, must be a huge lake 'cause it's right in the middle of America. There's this big bit of water to the right of it. Look at that. Oh, I just want to be in that. I want to go on the waterfall. I want to walk all in that. And then, oh, look at that. Is that the one who's... It's not Bob Dylan, is it? I don't know. Oh, yeah, Bob Dylan. He's the one who supposedly sold his soul in that video, didn't he? So it's interesting. Yeah. We know all about the time zone. Oh, yes. Yeah, all about that time zone. Yeah. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, the point being, Wallace, is it's beautiful and you aren't there. Oh, sorry. I lost the connection again. We're just going to hear this bit from Shines, and then I think I might switch back over to the other one because he just mentions all the right organisations, but they're not doing anything about it other than covering it up, Shines, because you try and you actively silence me and Kaylee who are speaking for this. And others, of course, but just fundamentally very, very much been the issue, hasn't it?
and you didn't survive.
What you on about?
It's going on.
The reality thing is,
Listen,
a lot of
no,
people are
no,
not
no, what I'm
Okay,
saying is
right,
UK people can go
everyone.
around attacking other nationalities on the fucking.
I messed up. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna. Whoa. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm going to make a note of the time where I got to.
So how comes everyone's talking about it now?
What you on about? People have been talking about it all the
Doing
time.
Hey,
protests, our children.
You're not in the right place, are you? To listen, talk about it.
Well, I said our children are number one. Like meaning the government, what they were trying to do with in the schools, sex education and whatever. Okay,
Hey, so I'm just gonna ring out and then
yeah, and I knew what the fuck they were doing. They're doing
I'll,
trans, whatever,
cool.
educating,
Alright.
sex
Love you all.
education to our